Hey, what's going on, everybody? Today, we're going to be talking about some of the best products to dropship in one of the most lucrative niches. So it's no secret that people absolutely love their pets. Some people, they love their pets pretty much, I want to say, as other people, as much as they love their kids. Now, I have both pets and kids, and I will be the first to say that having a pet is absolutely nothing like having a kid. But besides that, some people treat their pets as their kids. And because of that, a lot of people don't mind spending a nice little pretty penny to ensure their pet's comfort and their well-being. So today we're covering the top 30 products for you to dropship in the pets niche. That was my pet. Let's go ahead and get started. So the first product on today's list is for people that have multiple dogs, and that's going to be a no tangle retractable dog leash. Now, this is going to make it easier for people to walk multiple dogs, and some of the people that you could target for this are actually dog walkers or people that have their own dog walking business. It'll make their lives a lot easier and make them more money. Now, before we do go ahead and continue, one thing I do want to let you all know is that every single one of the products I'm giving you in today's list is going to be through AliExpress. But if you want more reliable suppliers with a lot faster shipping, a lot more quality products, and even the option to brand some of these with your own logo, then make sure you check out the AutoDS private suppliers, where you're going to find some of the best and fastest quality suppliers that you can get for your dropshipping business. All of the private suppliers that we work with are thoroughly vetted to ensure quality and fast shipping speeds. So make sure you check them out. And right now you can get started with AutoDS for just 2 weeks for $1. Now, to go along with that dog leash, this next product is the perfect add-on or the perfect bundle item. And that's going to be an LED dog collar. Now, this dog collar in particular is pretty special because it's backlit with an LED. That way, nighttime walks can be a lot safer. Now, for people that don't like to use collars for one reason or another, some people might think that it chokes the dog. Other people might have not as much control over the dog when it comes to walking them. You have the secondary option, which is an adjustable dog harness. Now, I'm showing you a page with all of the different ones on here because there's quite a few. Some people have them just to walk their dogs, while others have some special ones like these right here that indicate that their dog is a service dog or a service animal. Now, on the same subject of dog walking, we have a hands-free dog leash. This dog leash is pretty special because it allows people to have a bit more control over bigger dogs. So I don't know about you, but when it comes to walking dogs, some people that tend to be a little bit smaller might have a few more problems with it because sometimes the dog can overpower the person. Such is the case with my wife. She could never walk our dog because he was just way too strong for her. He would pull and she would fly off with him. He would end up walking her. So because of that, there's actually a product that makes these walks a lot easier, and that's a hands-free dog leash. Now, this dog leash, really, the only difference is instead of holding it, you wrap it around your body. So that way you don't just depend on the strength of your arms, you depend on pretty much just strength of your entire body. Now, quick note, if the dog is big enough and the person is not as strong, they could probably still get pulled. But this does ground you a little bit extra, and it does give you a bit more control over the dog while you're walking them. Now, before we continue any further, if you want access to every single one of the products I'm talking about in today's video, then just go ahead and drop a comment down below with the hashtag PETS2025. And let me know which one of these products is your favorite. When I see that you went ahead and did that, I'll reply back with a link to the sheet. All right, let's continue. Next up, we have a pet cooling mat. For places that are really hot, like let's say Texas or even Florida, or South Florida at least, because here it's super hot, a pet cooling mat is perfect for both cats and dogs. And not just that, it could even be pretty good for reptiles. Sometimes people let their reptiles just walk around the house. I don't know why, but I've seen it happen. And if they need to cool down, this is the perfect place for them to just sit and chill for a little bit. Also, a lot of people that have huskies, this could be perfect for them to help keep them at least a little bit cooler during the hotter times of the year. Next up, we have a pet security camera. How many times have you come home and you've noticed that something is just completely trashed because your dog got a hold of it or your cat started scratching it? Now, this might not be relatable to some people, but to those of you that have some pretty destructive pets, I feel you. Trust me, it's happened to me before. So this product is one that helps keep an eye on your pet when you're away. So that way, if you're at work and you're wondering, I wonder if my dog is chewing up my couch, then you can just go ahead and log into your phone, log into the website, and see what they're doing. If you realize that they are doing something that they're not supposed to, you can scream right through your phone and say, "Hey, get off the bed," or "Hey, get off the couch, stop chewing on that." Next up, we have a ball treat dispenser. This toy is specific for dogs, of course, but you can actually kind of give this to cats and see if they'll take out maybe some catnip from there. But really, this is going to be more geared towards people with dogs, and this product keeps them entertained for sometimes hours on end, just trying to get that last treat out of there. Now, for those people that like to go around and take their dogs on long walks, take them on hikes, sometimes even take them, let's say, even camping, this product is perfect. And that's going to be a dog water bottle. This is really just a water bottle for dogs, with a little scoop at the end that has a little button that lets the water come out, keeping your dog hydrated as you're walking throughout the entire day. Now, to go along with the previous product, not the dog water bottle, but the other one, the puzzle toy, we have another dog puzzle toy dispenser. So it is kind of like the ball that we talked about earlier, but it has one key difference. This one is more of a puzzle. While the ball is more of a just throw it around and eventually treats come out, this one's more of a puzzle that your dog actually kind of has to figure out. Now, not all dogs are created equal mentally. Trust me, I've seen some dogs do some pretty derpy things, but this can help engage your mind. It keeps them active, and of course, it keeps them entertained. And even better, it actually spaces out how many treats they can get in between because of the fact that it is a little bit harder to get them out. All right, next up we have cat scratch pads. Now, this really doesn't need any explanation, but as you can tell, there's tons of different types of cat scratch pads that you can choose. So you have a few smaller ones, and then you have a few bigger ones where your cat can actually jump on top of, and then maybe you can even sell a few attachments to it, or even sell them in bundles so they can have pretty much just like their own little jungle gym to be able to scratch up instead of course, your couch. Next up, we have an automatic food dispenser. Now, the automatic food dispenser sometimes will be just for food, but you also have a few combos like this one that also works with water. Now, there are also a few digital and timer ones. So that way, let's say if you and your partner maybe want to have a date night and you can't take your dog along with you or your cat along with you, and you know you're going to have a late night, then you can set one of these up so that way your pets can have enough food until you get back. On that same note, you also have your basic pet food and drink bowls. Now, this is a necessity, and a lot of the times these actually have to be changed as well, because sometimes people get a small one for when they have a puppy or when they have a kitten, and as the animal grows, they're going to need bigger ones. Now, to go along with either the automatic pet food dispenser or with your regular pet bowls, you also have electronic pet water fountains. Typically, these are advertised for cats because they are on the smaller side, but if you have a puppy or a chihuahua or something like that, this will work perfectly just as fine for them. This next product is a lifesaver for me. And I'm saying for me in particular because I've used it quite a bit. So sometimes my wife decides that she wants to clean a house and she goes on those cleaning sprees. And I take my dog out for a walk and I accidentally get his paws all muddy or dirty or whatever. Regardless of the situation, he comes into the house and if she just mopped, there's going to be paw prints all over the place and I get in trouble. So this little device right here, this one helps so much with just simply cleaning his paws right before he gets in the house. So that way, no mess and I don't get in trouble. Now, on the topic of feet or paws, we have a pet nail clipper. Now, when it comes to pet nail clippers, there are two different versions. You have the manual one and you also have the electronic one. If I were you, I would go ahead and offer both in my dropshipping store simply because some animals are not going to like the electronic one. They're not going to like how it feels or they're not going to like the noise. Then we have a pet hair remover. Now, pet hair removers are great to get lint or pet hair out of anybody's clothes, either before a presentation, before they go to work, or off of the couch before you have friends come over. All right, up next at number 17, we are over halfway through. We have bath time scrub gloves. These are really going to make bath time just a lot easier for you and your pet. It helps lather up the soap to make it spread a little bit easier, but not just that. If you look over here, you can see all of the little ridges that are meant to help clean your pet. Not only do they help clean your pet, but it's also like a little massage for them too, so they really like it and enjoy it just a little bit more. Then we have, for the lazy cats out there that love to enjoy a view, which I'm pretty sure is most of them, we have a hanging pet hammock. Now, this hammock actually has suction cups that stick to any window. Imagine having a really cool hammock that's right next to your huge window in your penthouse. Now, I know it's kind of hard to imagine because not many of us really have penthouses, but to a cat, the second floor, it could probably look like a penthouse view. Next, we have a pet silicone slow feeder. Now, these can work in a few different ways. They have some that can work for treats and they have some that can work specifically for food. But ultimately, the whole point of this is to help slow down your dogs or your cats from eating their food way too fast. Same thing goes for treats like, let's say, peanut butter. In this one in particular, it's a licking silicone mat. So you spread peanut butter all over it. And by the time they actually get into all of the creases in there, it's been quite a bit and they've had enough time to be able to digest or to at least process a little bit what they've already eaten. Trust me, some dogs eat way too fast. Now, this next product is a staple in pretty much any dog's life, and that is a dog knot toy. Now, this one right here is actually going for just under $6, which is pretty cheap because if you look at the size of these and you go to anywhere like, let's say, Petco or PetSmart, these are easily going to be selling between 15 to 25 or even more. Now, what I like about this next one is that you can sell it either individually or you can sell it in packs. And people are always going to be coming back and purchasing more. That's a fact, especially for bigger dogs. And that's a plush toy. Plush toys, they break within minutes sometimes. I have a pit bull. I'm pretty sure I've mentioned this very many times. My dog will chew these up literally within 1 hour. Its insides are just everywhere already. So because of that, I like to purchase these in bulk or like to purchase big packs. So I can give him maybe 1 or 2 a week and just let him have at it. Now, for smaller dogs, it might take a little bit longer. So that's why I suggest that you offer them either in single packs or multi-packs. Or just simply offer bulk discounts. So if somebody purchases more than 2 or 3, then they can get 20% off. Now we have another pet staple, and that is a donut bed. Now, the reason I'm talking about a donut bed in particular is because it's got that little space in the middle where your dog or your cat can just curl up inside and just feel comfortable because they're surrounded by their entire bed. Not only that, but it also makes it a lot warmer for them to sleep during the night if you're in one of those colder areas. To them, it pretty much feels like they're getting a nice little warm hug the entire night. Now, similar to our plush toys, this next product is one that, depending on the quality of it, it can break very, very quick. And those are dog frisbees. Now, typically, the plastic ones are the ones that are going to break faster, but you can offer silicone ones, which will last a little bit longer. But again, if you have, or if your customers have a very tough dog, a big dog, a dog that likes to chew things and break things, then these will probably last just a couple of days or a couple of weeks. But again, just like the plush toys, you can offer these in either single or in multi-packs. Either way, people are going to keep coming back and purchasing more because they're going to need more of these to keep playing with their dog, which obviously, if they're breaking this many, they're probably having a pretty good time. Now, this next one is a pretty unique product that I didn't find out about until I actually started looking into the pets niche a couple of years ago. And that's a dog snuffle mat. Yeah, snuffle mat. I was thinking either smuffle or snuffle. Sorry, snuffle mat. Now, this product, it's a kind of a way to be able to hide treats inside. So that way your dog or cat can kind of ruffle through all of the little folds and the little edges and everything in order to find them. It's kind of like a game of hide and seek for pets, but with treats. All right, next up, we have a staple in any cat owner's life, and that's a cat litter box. Now, as an add-on to the cat litter box, you can always also offer cat litter. But in terms of the cat litter box, there's a few options that you can choose from. I always suggest that you sell the regular one, which is a basic one like this, but also include one of the automatic ones. There's a lot of self-cleaning ones that are pretty cheap to source, and they're very efficient. And not just that, but let's say the cat owner needs to go do something for about, 2 or 3 days. They can go ahead and get one of the automatic cat litter boxes that cleans itself, along with one of the automatic pet feeders, and they won't have anything they need to worry about, especially if they have the camera that they can keep an eye on their cat to make sure everything is okay. Now, I don't suggest that you market it this way for dog owners, because by the time that they get back, even though the dog might be okay, chances are they didn't use that litter box. And if they didn't use that litter box, this next product is perfect, and that's going to be biodegradable poop bags. Nowadays, everybody's into anything that's biodegradable, and pretty much everybody wants to do what's best for the environment. So if they can go green, they're going to do it. And one of the easiest ways to do this is with lower ticket items. Somebody sees that something is biodegradable, they're going to be more inclined to purchase it because it helps them feel like they're actually making a difference and putting in their part. All right, up next at number 27, we're almost there. At number 27, we have an automatic dog ball launcher. But by no means is this product supposed to replace a human's interaction with their dog. Instead, the perfect way to market this is have a long day, have a lot of stuff to do, but your dog wants to play, keep them entertained for a few hours by getting them this automatic dog ball launcher. So that way, when it comes time to your break, you can actually go outside and play with your dog. But if they don't want to go inside and they want to keep playing, you could just set it up again. And then you can go out and play with them again when work is done. And then the cycle continues because we all know that these puppies, they like to play. Now, when it comes to puppies, this is the time when it's a lot easier for you or for the dog owner to be able to train them. They're pretty much absorbing and learning everything that they see around them and forming their habits. And that's where this dog training clicker comes in. What this does is that when coupled with something like a treat, you can click it, give the dog a treat, and that way they'll know to associate this clicking sound with a treat with a good deed, or that they did something good, like let's say sit. Next, we have a cat scratching massager. Now, this actually goes really well with the cat scratch post, where you can have them right next to each other and they can go ahead and scratch on the post and then scratch themselves with one of these. All right, last but certainly not least, we have a soft pet blanket. Now, some dogs actually like to cover themselves at night when they go to sleep. It's something that they like to do if you get them used to it from the beginning. And honestly, it's kind of cute to see the dog just go to bed, they're getting ready to go to sleep, and they just get under the blanket, get all comfy, and then knock out. So those were the 30 best dropshipping products in the super lucrative pets niche. What did you think of today's video? Let me know down in the comments below. Remember, if you want access to the cheat sheet, just go ahead and drop a comment with the hashtag pets2025 and let me know which one of these products was your favorite. Huge thank you to everyone for watching, especially if you made it all the way to the end. As always, I wish you all nothing but the best in your dropshipping businesses. My name is Mario with AutoDS, and I'll catch you all next time.